Hey, Shalom family. Let me get into this video that is very important. At this time, brothers and sisters. Nehemyah, he was the governor of our people, and this took place over 2,500 years ago. And so it's very important. And I'm dealing with the 400 years, and this is on the final of my conclusion. Dealing with this 400-year issue. We're gonna cover this, and so I must bring the heat to this. So it's so important. I'm gonna give you some information about our people during that time, and this is a time period when our people was being released from the 70-year captivity, enslavement by Babylon. And so let's get into this information. Instead of theme, the people are slow to learn the lessons, but Ra, the Creator, wants to teach them. The Israelites, see, 12 tribes. The Israelites had been taken into captivity because of their, transgression. They got sin, but transgression. The same reason why we've been taken from out of the continent they call Africa into slavery. The transatlantic slave trade was sold here to there, and now we scattered all over the earth. So keep that in mind as well, brothers and sisters. See, but now the very same problems arose again, and the people were neglecting worship and prayer and the teachings of Barah's word. See, they were paying no attention to it. Not to mention that they were treating each other unrighteously. See, but Barah in his patience continued to send his messengers to them to offer forgiveness and direction. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. This often went on with our nation, and we went back in that same situation. They went back into the land and rebuild the wall. I'm going to do a video separate about dealing with the wall issue. See, rebuilding the wall in Yashalon, the capital city. And Donald Trump want to build a wall. I'm going to do a exclusive video on that later. But I'm trying not to get into that right there. So I'm concentrating on the 400 years that Yah freed our people in the fourth generation from Mizraim. They call Egypt captivity, enslavement, and led us back home by Moshe and then Yahshua ben Nun to possess that land for the first time that he promised Abraham that he was going to give the land to his offspring forever. To fulfill Genesis chapter 15, brother and sister. So right here, I'm going to start off, basically I'm going to read the whole chapter. It's that important of Nehemyah. That's all I got to read in my conclusion. So let me get it right here. They got the year, well, they got the month, October 31st, around springtime. Excuse me, take back around fall time. They just added the word October. It said the people returned for another observance. And this time they fasted. Let me see, can I bring this up a little bit here? They fasted and dressed in sackcloth and sprinkled dust on their heads, and those of the Israelites those of the Israelite descent separated themselves from all the foreigners as they confessed their own transgressions and the transgressions of their ancestors. It's very important. It's a time period. See, they was coming from captivity, returning back home in observance to the laws of Yah once again. And they separated themselves from all the foreigners. See, we got to do that again, brothers and sisters. This is our service to get to make our confessions before Yah as a body of people, a nation. It's so important, brother, that you take this to heart and mind. See, confess their own transgressions. I read that. And the transgression, they got sins of their ancestors. In the book of the law, see, the book of the law of Yah, their Barak, was read aloud to them. It wasn't called the Bible, the Old Testament and New Testament. It was the book of the Torah, of the laws of Yah, the book of Yah. See, so let me get into it. See, it's like and I lost my place. Give me a moment. It was read aloud to them about 3 hours. Then for the 3 more hours, they took turns confessing their transgressions and worshiping Yah there. Barak. See, so it took 3 hours so they could hear these transgressions. And then, okay, they start confessing their transgressions they trespass against Yah on. Forgive me for my adultery, forgive me for stealing and killing and all these things they had to confess, see, for the ancestors, for themselves. Some of the Levites were standing on the stairs crying out to Yah. Their Barak, see, they created. Their names were Yahshua, Benai, Kadmiel, Shebaniah, Bunai, Sherebiah, Benai, and Kenani. And then the leaders of the Levites, Yahshua, Kadmiel, Benai, Hashiniah, let me get that. Sherebiah, Hodiah, Shebaniah, Pethiah, called out to the people. Boy, I know when I mess these names up, boy, the scholar Hebrew's gonna get me, but he could get me. I'm not perfect at it yet. So nevertheless, it's called out to the people. Stand up and praise Yah, your Barak, for he lives from everlasting to everlasting. Then they continue. Praise his wonderful name. They got glorious name. It is far greater than we can think or say. You alone are Yah. You made the skies and the heavens and all the stars. You made the earth and the seas and everything in them. You preserve.
Hey, you put that trailer hitch on your pay?
Yeah.
You know how to do it?
Oh, no. I bought that for somebody like that.
You bought it like that? You bought it with a hitch on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I'm going to put one in my car, haul, strap me and jump.
Oh, yeah, that's why I do the same thing.
Yeah, good money there, baby. When you wait on disability?
Yeah.
I'm going to haul in the trunk of my car, but I got a bunch of free shit. I'm going to put a trailer hitch on this. I'm going to get somebody wear one on.
Shit, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how to do it.
I take people to work, too.
Yeah. I
take people to work.
You got to, anyway, you can make some money these days.
That change add up, man.
Add up,
I thought you did yourself, but you said a hitch been on. I tried to find me a van with a hitch on already.
Yeah. The guy put one on there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm back, Fanny. That was somebody that walked up to the car at the laundromat. So I had to entertain him for a minute. I said, okay, let me find my places of praise. I read that. I said, you alone are Yah. You made the skies and the heavens and all the stars. I read that. And you made the earth, the seas, and everything in them. You preserve and give life to everything. And all the angels, see, the Malachins of heaven worship you. You are Yah, al-Barak, who chose Abram and brought him from Ur of the Chaldees. See, he's giving a recount. Chaldeans, and renamed him Abraham. When he had proved himself faithful, you made a covenant with him to give him and his descendants the land of Canaanites. See, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Girgashites, and you have done what you promised. You see that? See the conclusion? The complete. He done it, family. I could close the book right here on that statement alone. It had been fulfilled. Genesis 15, chapter 15, verse 13 and 16, when he punished the Amorites by our people. And he stopped at the sun all that day and made one day like 2 days. Until it was completed, the 5 kings were destroyed. Let's read that again. See, it said, when you had proved himself faithful, when he had proved himself faithful, that's Abraham, our ancestor, there. Y'all changed the name from Abram to Abraham. And proved himself faithful, you made a covenant. See, y'all made agreement with him to give him and his descendants the land of the Canaanites. And I read all these different names, see. And then he said, and, which in inclusion, you have done, see, let me give it, and you have done this for all the disbelievers, what you promised. See, he promised, for you are always true to your word. See, they knew it. See, you saw the suffering and sorrows of your ancestors, of our ancestors in Mizraim. See that? That was the 40 years there. And you heard their cries from beside the Red Sea. See? From beside the Red Sea. And you displayed miracles, signs, and wonders against Pharaoh, his servants, and all his people, for you knew how arrogantly the Egyptians were treating them. And you have a glorious reputation, a wonderful reputation that has never been forgotten. You divided the sea for your people so they could walk through on dry land. And then you hurled their enemies into the depths of the sea. They sank like stones beneath the mighty waters. You led our ancestors by a pillar of cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night, so that they could find their way. You came down on Mount Sinai and spoke to them from heaven. You gave them regulations. See, y'all gave us regulations and instructions that were righteous, and the laws and commandments that, see, this man knew were true. See, we can't go outside y'all laws, statutes, and judgment and regulation how to walk. A lot of our people don't want to be operated under the principles of Yah, but they prefer to be ruled by the enemy. Long as they can make some money, our people don't care to suffer, to die at the hands of the enemy. One hand, they say they want peace and liberty and justice by the enemy, but they ain't gonna never get it. Our people can't see that. The blind can't see. The wicked can't see at this time. Just like some people can't see the 400 years and read there before their eyes. I just read it. It was done. Nehemyah, the governor of that time period, over 2,500 years ago, knew that the 400 years was fulfilled in Mizraim. He just said it. It was done. Y'all kept his promise. That is a totally conclusion and totally a rebellious person that would sit there and reject. They're trying to figure out the 400 years. You just don't see it. You don't know all the things of y'all, because the translator tap with these things, brother and sister. But I point to you over and over, brothers and sisters. and all the false prophets gonna keep on lying to y'all people, keep our people divided, and gonna be known as liars and rebels in the wilderness. So, and this from the words of the Messiah, who was the living one, who bear records of y'all words. And these y'all words are going to testify against each and every one of you who speak against y'all words. I want you to know that, brothers and sisters. It's that important and that deep. See right here, it says, you instructed them concerning the laws of your Kodesh Sabbath. See, it's laws containing to the Sabbath, which like the day in Sardis, people calling the day, today is the Caucasians. That is Yah Sabbath on the Caucasian weekend. Further from the truth. It said, and you commanded them through Moshe, your servant, to obey all your commandments, laws, and instruction. You gave them bread from heaven when they were hungry, and water from the rock when they were thirsty. You commanded them to go and take possession, see, of the land you have sworn to give them, see. And it started with our ancestors, see. But our ancestors were proud and stubborn. Lot. And they refused to obey your commands. They refused to listen and did not remember the miracles you had done for them. See, our ancestors did not remember these things, brothers and sisters, even though it was written down for them to remember. Instead, they rebelled and appointed a leader to take them back to their slavery. Ain't that some foolishness? But our people did these things in Egypt, see? But you are a barak for forgiveness. And they got gracious and merciful, yes, compassion, slow to become angry, and full of unfailing love and compassion. They got mercy. You did not abandon them, see, even though they made an idol shaped like a calf and said, this is your, see, Elohim or El, who brought you out of Egypt. See the claims our people make, the foolishness, and they transgressed and committed terrible blasphemy, see, wickedness, but evils. In your great mercy, you did not abandon them to die in the wilderness. The pillar of clouds still led them forward by day, and the pillar of fire showed them the way through the night. See, he recounted all these different things that took place in our nation, how our people forgot these things, transgressed. Our people don't remember these things today, especially in America, under the Caucasian rule for 5 years. Our people don't remember nothing. And so that's why, and now people look at Egypt and Africa and think they're going to find our knowledge all over Africa. No. Africa is not responsible to teach you your own and the heritage and what you've done. No nation tell you that. To this day, think about that. The Caucasian nation didn't tell you. The African nation didn't inform you. Everybody watch you suffer. We all should know that and be 100% in agreement. To the day, we know as Negroes, colors, blacks, and African American all over the earth. Whatever the Caucasian call us, everybody else nation gonna follow suit. And we should all see that as a fact. They won't tell you we are the Yahudi people. Even Ben Ahmad Benajah know we the Yahudi people, but he didn't tell all them people over there that the Caucasian enslaved Yahudi people. He just made a statement that I got the document tape on it, that he knew the people that was that promised land where the Israelis, the Jews sit today, is not the Yahudi people, the people of Yah, of that land. See, so you sent your great spirit to instruct them, see, and you did not stop giving them bread from heaven or water for their thirst. For 40 years you sustained them in the wilderness, see, he kept us. And they lacked nothing in all that time. Their clothes did not wear out, and their feet did not swell. Beautiful. Then you helped our ancestors conquer great kingdoms, see? many nations, and you place your people in every corner of the land. See that? The promised land. And they completely took over the land of the king Shihon of Heshbon, and the land of the king all of Bashan. All of them were Amorite kings right there. You made their descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and brought them into the land you had promised to their ancestors. See that? All this been fulfilled, brother, right before your eyes, over and over. They went in and took possession. See, we went in and took possession of the land. It wasn't given to us. Y'all gave it to us, but then we had to take possession. It wasn't given to us by our enemies or the people of that land. It said they went in and took possessions of the land. You subdued the whole nation before them, see? Even the kings and the Canaanites who inhabited the land were powerless. Your people could deal with them as they pleased. Our ancestors captured fortified cities and fertile land, and they took over houses full of good things with cisterns already dug. See, wells already dug, and vineyards and olive groves and orchards in abundance. So they ate until they were full and grew fat and enjoyed themselves in all Yahbarak. See, they got blessings. But despite all of this, they were disobedient. See, out the shame of our nation and rebellious. See, against you. See, against y'all. Ain't our people still rebellious against y'all? Y'all sustaining us in America to bring home, ready to bring home a remnant out of captivity. And our people still lying. Our people think they can lie their way into freedom. And say, oh, America, the 40 years, we're going to be free 2019. Look at our position. We ain't in no position to get free under these liars and false prophets. These are the words of y'all right here, brothers and sisters, of the 40 years. I'm pointing out to you. Repeated over and over about ancestors of old who knew this truth, wasn't deceived in captivity. Like our people so gullible in deception today, don't even know who they are. And they threw away your law. See, like so many do today, they threw away your law. They killed the prophets. See, ain't our people trying to kill the prophets today? And these brothers and the governor, Nehemyah, that bear record that y'all fulfilled these things already. These brothers trying to act like they prophets and our teachers. They're not our teachers. Them teachers are falsehood and opposers of the words of Yah. You need to run from these people and stop and cut them off. So I'm not listening to another word you say. You're misleading me against the words of Yah. See what they say on the writer said, and Nehemyah the governor, they threw away your law. They killed the prophets. See, the ones who bear the words of Yah, who encouraged them to return to you, see. And they committed terrible blasphemy, see, against Yah, evils against Yah. So you handed them over to their enemies. Ain't that what Yah did to us? Our ancestors, and we are the product, the offspring of them, still in the hands of the Caucasians, but our people still lying before Yah, and the witness of Yah, who I am, one of them. It said, but in their time of trouble, they cried to you, and you heard them from heaven. See, if you count all this knowledge he had, in great mercy, you sent them deliverers who rescued them from their enemies. But when all was going well, your people turned to transgress again. Ain't this something? Things get well. What are people doing now? People feel like things is well. They got jobs. They got free from the emancipation proclamation, from the plantation. Up you got jobs and turn to do wickedness. Continue in transgressing against Yah. And once more, you let their enemies conquer them. See, Why you think the enemy still conquering us today? Our people not turn and love Yah with all their heart, mind, soul, and strength. They reject the words of Yah on their own philosophy and the ways of thinking. Many of our brothers do. Many of them listen to me, then will comment to me, and still try to overturn the words of Yah, and it's so plain right here. By the governor. See, Nehemyah was the governor of our people. See, Nehemyah, the governor. See, of that time, and he was recounting all these things before they hear me. If my video cut off, that means I'm gonna end this off with that. I'm trying to get through. So let me see. Did I read this off? So you handed them over. I read that part to the enemy, but in their times of trouble, I read that. But when all was going well, your people turned to transgress again, and once more, you let the enemies conquer them. See how enemy conquer us? We're in a state right now being conquered by the Caucasians. Everybody know the police killing us in America under the Caucasian rule, because our people is in a state of rebellion against Yah. It's a yet. Whenever your people cry to you again for help, see, kum, like they said, kum by Yah, our people pleading for Yah for help, you listen once more from heaven. In your wonderful mercy, compassion, you rescue them repeatedly. You warned them to return to your law, but they became proud. See, ain't our people right? And obstinate, and disobeyed your command. See, they did not follow your regulations. See, by which people will find life if they only obey. See, the key factor is obedience to Yah, applying to the orders and instructions of Yah, and that counts as righteousness in Yah's eyesight for you. Deuteronomy 6:25. See, and they stubbornly turn their backs on you. See, turn away from you and you. Refuse to listen. See, like some brothers turn their back from them, refuse to listen to the words of Yah through the writings of this governor here and the prophets that foretold these things and not recounted these things, what took place in their lifetime and before their lifetime. So in your love, you were patient with them for many years. You sent your Ruach, see, spirit, who through the prophets, see, through the prophets, knowledge, through the spirit, through the prophets. So you got to go in the prophets and warn them about their transgressions. But still they wouldn't listen. So once again, you allow the pagan inhabitants of the land to conquer them. See, them idolatry worship, to conquer our people again. But in your great mercy, you did not destroy them completely or abandon them forever. What a wonderful and compassionate Bara you are. And now, our Bara, our Creator, the great and mighty and awesome Bara, who keeps his covenants, his agreement, unfailing love, do not let all of the hardships we have suffered be as nothing to you. Great trouble has come upon us, upon our kings and princes and priests and prophets and ancestors from the days when the kings of Assyria first triumphed over us until now. Every time you punish us, you were being righteous. See, we have transgressed greatly, and you gave us only what we deserve. See, our kings, princes, priests, and ancestors did not obey your law or listen to your commands and solemn warnings, even while they had their own kingdom. See, they did not serve you, even though you showered your Barak on them, see? And you gave them a large, fertile land, but they refused to turn from their wickedness, see? And our people handed everything and still turned away from Yah. So now today we are slaves here in the land of plenty that you gave to our ancestors. And we are slaves among all this abundance and lush produce of this land, piled up in the hands of the kings who you have set over us because of our transgressions. And they have power over us and our cattle, and we serve them as their pleasure, and we are in great misery. Yet in spite of all of this, we are making a solemn promise and putting it in writing on this sealed document are the names of our princes and Levites and priests. That's a sad thing. And he was the governor. See, we ain't had no king because the king was ruling us at that time was from Persia. And he the one made a decree when he took over Babylon, and that was became part of his kingdom, that we could return, brothers and sisters. And Nehemyah wrote these things, and that's a part of our history. But that was not on board and passed down to now. It's been passed around to us by our brothers and sisters that are waking up to the knowledge of Yah, brothers and sisters. And see, he was in misery. It's just a misery thing, and it was even worse than misery because they was in their own homeland, full of everything. But Yah gave it over to another king to rule it and regulate them because they weren't in compliance with Yah. Yah knew they was rebellious, brothers and sisters. That's why we never had no more king. When our nation returned and rebuilt this temple, Zerubbabel and Yahshua, the high priest came and built, and then the governor under Nehemyah came, Azariah came as well. At that time, back into the land, brothers and sisters. But and we had priests at that time, the Levites, but we ain't have no king, brothers and sisters, rule our nation. Because when you got a king, nobody else rule your nation. See, you got to think about that, brothers and sisters. Well, let me take it back, because we did have some kings at some time, and other nations did rule our nation because the king was in rebellious state against Yah. And our people was in rebellion state of Yah, so Yah punish our people. That's even worse to be a king in your homeland and another nation rule you, and you got to pay taxes to them. That is some crazy stuff there. But Yah make all these things take place when our people is not in line with Yah. So it's not going to be that way when we return home. Yah said he only allow the righteous, the ones who truly love him, to return home this time, when the kingdom really be restored. And we go in there and repossess that land like we did the first time, see? And this the second time. So the first time when we went and possessed the land, when we came out of Mizraim, that was the time of the 400 years that Yah was telling our great ancestor Abraham, with that I say to Yah.